Hey everybody, it's Mike Pingel with Collector's Haven. Hi, welcome to the show. Guess what? We're going to get very magical in here today. We have Ashley and her humongous, fantastic McGonagall. I'm just trying to pull something from Harry Potter. Harry Potter collector. Hi, welcome to the show, Ashley.
Hi.
I love when I don't write down actually phrases and I just think that my brain's going to be able to bring out a phrase. What is a number one phrase that you love from the movie or like a magical, thing?
I'm really big into like expecto patronum, lumos. I like my spells.
Nice. Yeah. It's like when I do the ride at Universal at Hollywood. She says that all the time and she saves my life. Every single ride. I don't know how that happens. Talking about that, have you been to, I'm assuming, I'm absolutely positive you've been to both Universal and Hollywood?
Never.
What?
No, you know what? I'm more of like a realist. I go to London. I go to London. I do this studio tour there where all the movies were filmed and see the sets. And I like to go see like platform 9 3/4 and, just the sites around like Scotland and London. I'm more of that type of person. I'm not a theme park person at all.
But you're missing out on all those collectibles they make. Or do they, I'm assuming because
No, I don't, because they do ship. And I do have lots of friends who live around there who pick up items for me, but I am not a theme park person. Like, you couldn't pay me to get on a ride.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I like Hollywood because that's the only place I've gone. I haven't done it in Orlando. But when you're here, let me know. We'll go ride that ride. We'll do single rider. Although when you go through the maze, I guess it's better, but I don't really want to waste an hour of my life to going through a maze.
No.
Talking about Harry Potter, how long have you been collecting for?
Since 2007.
Wow, what was your first piece that you bought in 2007?
The first piece I bought in 2007, it was kind of a bunch of things. I had walked into this little hobby store in Edmonton, and they had a bunch of like NECA stuff. Which I like instantly fell in love with. I don't know if you know what NECA is, but NECA back in the day used to make Harry Potter merchandise. They don't anymore. Okay. And it's amazing and it's so detailed. And I mean, they still make merchandise, but just not for Harry Potter. And so I'd walked out of there with what they had. Yeah.
So what bit you? I mean, obviously did you read the books? Did you watch the movies? What made you the Harry Potter fan? And in 2017, what bit you to get you collected?
No, 2007.
2007, sorry.
Definitely the books first, then the movies, and then it was just the community, like everybody meeting up for the midnight premieres and the book release parties. And I mean, in Canada, we really didn't get a whole lot of like what the US and the UK did fanfare wise for like those types of events. Like I've never gotten to meet J.K. Rowling. She has never been here. Things like that. But I mean, still for Canada and our little bookstores, they did a good job. And so it was that and the excitement. And I think because there are so many books and so many movies, it didn't just die out. It just kept building and building and building.
So that said, who is your favorite character?
Ron Weasley.
Really?
Yeah.
And tell me why.
You know what? He is so underrated. It drives me nuts because I think people think Ron Weasley and they think movie Ron, and I think that Ron just got shafted in the movies. Like he was actually really smart, and they gave Hermione a lot of Ron's lines from the books and things that he did, and just he was funny and relatable. But yeah, like book Ron. I love book Ron. Movie Ron's not bad to look at. I love Rupert Grint, but yeah, he didn't get all of the credit he deserved in the movies.
Oh. So Hermione got basically more of the pat on the shoulder with all her spells, and she should have been doing them.
He definitely did some things in the books that she did in the movies. Yeah.
So with the books and the movies, just to be a purist, do you enjoy the books better, or do you just love sitting down on a Friday watching a movie?
No, I am a book person. If I had to choose one over the other, it would be books for the rest of my, like the series of books for the rest of my life over the movies, hands down. The movies are missing so much. Yeah. I
Oh,
think
okay.
most people would say that though. Like I don't really know anybody that would say the movies are better than the books.
So if you read the books, which I haven't, folks, I only saw the movies because, my attention span's like this. Um, so there's a lot more in the book. So if you have only like myself who only watch the movies, you read the books, you get a bigger window and or world of Harry Potter.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe I should read the books.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Judged by Ashley. Done. So that's fantastic. Let's see. Let me look at the questions. We've already gone through so many of them already. You've answered most of them. What is your favorite Harry Potter item you have?
Ooh, okay, so that's tough. And this is where I'm gonna just pick up the laptop and we're just gonna go. So I have, for your viewing pleasure, I do have an entire basement of a collection. So you're gonna get to see my lights because it's very dark in here. But my collection is, I don't know how many square feet there is down here. I wanna say like 400. So that would be, this is not my favorite, but we'll just, this section. So we've got like the Diagonally Lego set, the Nimbus 2000 broom, that's the Hogwarts Lego set. And then we've got the Firebolt broom by Noble Collection. I would say that the Firebolt is definitely up there for me. Items wise, like it's just, I know that the Nimbus is more recognizable, but as a collector for quality and detail, it would be the Firebolt.
Now I need who actually wrote that in the movie or in the
Who wrote what?
The Firebolt.
Who wrote it?
Yeah.
Harry.
Oh, Harry did? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not involved with the Harry Potter completely world, but
that's fine.
So that's fantastic. Where did you get? Was that something that was made from obviously a company? And how much would that run?
Okay, so the Noble Collection makes most of the authentic movie prop replicas, and they are usually on the pricey side, but the quality is amazing. And Noble Collection does, I think, like Game of Thrones and a couple other things. And then Cine Replicas. So Cine Replicas made the Nimbus, this one. And it's not the best quality, and that ran about 530 Canadian. And then the Firebolt over there. Same thing, it was about $500, but the quality is like Noble Collection. If you are a Harry Potter collector, is typically what you would strive to have in your collection.
Nice. Yeah. And I see you have all these great pictures framed behind you.
Yeah, I have more of a collection. Like, so I have, I'll move my lighting. So I have, I think, 13. I'll go like this. I have 13 Billy bookcases. I think most collectors know what those are. So yeah, there is 13 Billy bookcases in this area. And obviously it's just like floor to ceiling. And I'll try and do it's really, I can't get them in. Like I need to get a photographer in here and they can do like a really good panoramic view. And then I have, let's see if I can get all of that in. So there is my wand wall where I have all of the Harry Potter wands. And then my little door that has the platform 9 3/4 sign. So And these are Noble Collection as well. So it's all of the different wands from the different Harry Potter characters. And so that's my wand wall. And I also have Lucius Malfoy's cane, which is a very expensive prop replica as well. And Gryffindor's sword. And then over here, I call that my print wall. That's where I have a lot of my prints, and a lot of my prints are created by somebody called Nina Lima. And Nina Lima were the designers for all of the Harry Potter films and the Fantastic Beast films. And so they created all of the designs, like anything paper or mock-ups of items. So like this is the Weasley family clock. This is something that they created for the movies. And so this is a premium print, signed, and it's actually foiled. You just can't see it. And this runs a couple $100. And then I have, you asked me my favorite character. There is Rupert Grint and his autograph. I have a lot of Ron Weasley and the Burrow stuff, because that's definitely like my favorite. And then recently, I used to have a couch there, and I sold it because I've run out of shelves. So I sold the couch because those aren't important. And I added more bookcases. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
And that window it needs to go too. Just take
the
that
window. Yes, because
the window.
If the window wasn't there, I blocked the window that's over here already, and it took out so much of the light, so I couldn't do that.
I'm thinking track lighting, something like that, a cauldron, whatever.
I need to get somebody in here to light the whole area up for sure.
I love it.
This is Noble Collection, by the way. So this is what would be like really expensive in someone's collection. So like that's Ravenclaw diadem. Do you know from the movies? Mm-hmm. It's the Horcruxes. These are all, there's the Philosopher's Stone. These are all Bellatrix's dagger that kills Dobby in the movies. These are all really expensive Noble Collection replicas.
Do you take the egg in the
bathtub?
Bathtub? Yeah.
No. You know what?
Does it sing to you? What are you talking about? What's going on here?
No, I think that I'm like one of the only collectors. Like I get called out on Instagram and my YouTube videos daily. Take your stuff out of your boxes. Why are you not? And it's like, I am a collector. Like anything that comes sealed in a package stays sealed in a package. And it's not even resale value because I don't think I'll ever sell my collection. It literally is just because I want to maintain the quality, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I know. All my stuff is in package.
Yeah.
You know, but mine's a little older than yours. Mine's from the 70s. So.
What do you collect?
I collect Charlie's Angels. Charlie's Angels
Farrah
TV.
Fawcett.
Yep, Farrah Fawcett. Oh. The TV series.
I loved Charlie's Angels growing up.
I love it still. I was just watching it yesterday. But yeah, all my stuff but it's from the 70s. Some of, poor Jacqueline Smith's little face is now getting like blotchy. But it's old. It's old stuff. Now, talking about old stuff and then new stuff, you do a lot of Funkos.
I have every single Funko released for Harry Potter, yeah.
How many Funkos did they do? Do you know how many they did for Harry Potter yet?
So I think we're at like 152. So for the single, just the little single packs, mm-hmm. We're at number 130. And then you have to add in like all the pop towns, pop rides, all the movie moments and stuff like that. So I think we're at 150 something. And then we have one coming that is the 20th anniversary. It's Harry and the Golden Key, like the Flying Keys. And that's going to be released at the beginning of August for SummerCon, FunCon, you know, that whatever they're doing.
Whatever con it is.
Comic-Con, some sort of con, yeah.
So, okay, so that to say about the Funkos, which one is your favorite and which one do you like least?
Okay, so my favorite is Molly Weasley and the Burrow. This was a pop town this was for the 2020 fall convention. So this is definitely my favorite Funko Pop. And there weren't very many released. My least favorite Funko Pop? Oh dear. Yeah, I don't know. Do I have to have a least favorite? Like,
you don't have to have one. No.
I kind of, is there a word for me? I'm a completionist. Like I like to have full sets and everything has to be complete. So they all have their order in my collection. And so I don't know, I like them all. I need them all.
I understand that. I mean, I would like to everything from Angels, but they're now costing like $2,500, so I don't buy everything. So which one, is there a Funko Pop you would like to have made?
There's so many Funko Pops that they haven't made that drives me absolutely nuts. Like if Funko could hire me for like just a couple weeks, I'd be really happy. Like they don't have Kingsley, they don't have Arthur Weasley, they don't have Percy. Not that Percy is like a huge character. There's just, I mean, how is there no Arthur Weasley Pop yet? Like I don't understand. There's a Molly Weasley,
Yep.
but there's no Arthur. So he would be my top. Like just give me an Arthur Weasley Funko Pop and I'd be really happy.
That would be great. How about in just items themselves? Would there be something that you would like?
Yes, there needs to be. Oh God. So I have, I am absolutely desperate for the cursed opal necklace. So you've seen the movies. So Katie Bell touches the cursed opal necklace in Half-Blood Prince. Universal released it for a very short period of time and only released a very few. And they were $350, and then they literally just disappeared. They never brought them back. Now, if you can find one, and it's like literally every 10 years, maybe, whatever, $7,000 if you're lucky, and they sold for $350. So as collectors of Harry Potter merchandise, most people, that is their grail item. And so everybody is hoping that Noble Collection comes up with a version of it, hopefully at some point, because that I think is most people's grail item. And then there's also, do you remember Aunt Marge, when Harry blows her up in the movies in Prisoner of Azkaban? So promotional for that movie, they released a giant blow up Aunt Marge, like a giant like beach ball type material blow up Aunt Marge. I would love her. Like that was never in Canada, but they did release a couple of those as like promotional items. I would kill for one of those.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Wow. You are passionate. You know what you want. So people out there, make them. You know someone's going to buy it. So in your collection, what was the hardest thing for you to find?
The hardest thing for me to find? Anything that's retired. Like pop-wise, it would be... Okay, Funko Pop-wise, which is not a huge part of my collection, but this was definitely the hardest item to get a hold of. It was the 2016 Summer Convention exclusive. And so I never started collecting Funko Pops until a couple years ago. Like I want movie props, I want like the really old merchandise, I thought these were kind of just like kids toys. And so, yeah, I only started collecting Funkos a couple years ago. And then, you know, as a collection person, you have to have them all. So, oh dear Lord, I spent like 6 months hunting down every single one because they're in order. Like, I don't know if you can see behind me, but it goes 1, 2, 3. They're in perfect order. And so I would leave a space and for that pop that I was missing, and then I would get it and I would put it in, and they were all in order, and it made me very happy. I have OCD, so it's like I have to.
No, it's fantastic. I love it. I mean, I love Funkos. I only buy the ones I actually really, really, really want because there's so many out there.
Yeah.
They make so many. They just made the Farrah Fawcett one just last year, so I think it was last year. Yeah. With that pandemic, I can't really remember what year it was, but you know, they haven't done my series, but you know, maybe they will, who knows? But they do everybody else, and obviously almost every character in the world of Harry Potter. So do you like, how do you find your collectibles? Do you go hunting on a Tuesday or a weekend, or do you do more online, or how do you get your collectibles?
Okay, so I am one of those like crazy people. Because I've been collecting for so long, I have a system. So I budget and I try and stick to my budget, and I usually plan like 6, 7 months in advance. So I have an Excel spreadsheet with the items that I want and how much they are, including shipping and whether they're coming from the UK, Canada, whether I'm paying British pounds. It's very detailed. And I plan ahead because I know what's going to be released. And then if something comes up, I have a $50 reserve fund. Like, because sometimes Funko will be like, oh, this pop's coming, or a bag is being released, or whatever the case. Noble will release something new, which like very rarely happens, but it can. So I have a reserve fund monthly in case something comes up that I need to buy, or if I see something like on Facebook Marketplace or whatever, because I do check that every day in case somebody posts something really rare that I want. But yeah, no, I am a budgeter. You know what, as a collector, I feel like it's a really big slippery slope. If you just buy everything you want, you're going to go broke. And I can't do. I would go broke. Like, if you just gave me one of those black cards today, I could max it out with Harry Potter merchandise. And that's just how it is, right?
In an hour and a half, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. 100%.
But that is the smartest thing I've ever heard from a collector about budgeting your money, because I'm always like, my question is what did you buy and you had to eat grilled cheese or peanut butter and jelly sandwich for 2 weeks later? Because as collectors, we see it, and I had a friend who just bought a Star Wars thing for $400 the other day, and I was like, you know, I understand that because I bought a belt buckle for like $150 the other day, and you know, out the window, and that was not budgeted.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm a planner, and I like, even if I plan a vacation, it's planned a year in advance, and I know where I'm going and how far the hotel is from XYZ. Like, I've always been that way, and so it's how I collect and don't feel guilty. Like, everybody's always like, oh my God, she must be rich, or you know, like, broke. Why are you spending all your money on that? And I don't. Like, I literally stick to a budget, and if I go over my budget 1 month because I want to buy a broom, then next month I have $0 to spend on collecting. And that is just how you have to do it if you really want to collect forever. Like, if you're a collector and this is your passion and it's your hobby for life, like, this is what you want to do. You don't want to do golfing or whatever the hell other people do for hobbies. This is it. You have to come up with a system that works. And this works for me. I can collect and not feel guilty. I don't feel like I'm taking anything away from anybody, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I love it. I think you should start a business. I think there would be a lot of collectors who would take you up on that.
Yeah.
But you were saying that you have a list of everything that's coming out. Where do you find that? Is there something you're plugged into? Or do you just get all the magazines from check everybody's website every day? How do you find out what's coming out?
I'm on Instagram a lot. And so like the Potter community, like I don't know if you have the same type of community for Charlie's Angels, but the Potter community talks. Oh, okay. So it's like somebody finds out something and it is on Instagram and literally, so like, you know, everybody shares the information and I just keep a list. It's like, okay, well, this is coming out on this day, like October, book is being released by Mina Lima. Like I'm a planner. So I think for other people, they're like, oh yay, in a couple months, this is coming out. And for me, I'm like, oh, okay, so this is coming out in a couple months. It's going to go in this month's budget and I'm going to have to order it here. And like, yeah, for me, I'm always looking and keeping an eye out for dates so that I can rearrange. And I like to play Tetris with my budget. Like if something comes up, like Pottery Barn released a Halloween line and they're releasing a giant mandrake light and it's $100 and they don't ship to Canada. So I have to get it shipped to a friend who is then going to ship it to me. And we got it already priced out at FedEx for how much I'm going to pay shipping so that I could like, yeah. And so it's like August 1st. I know that I'm ordering that, but it wasn't on my list for August 1st because I already had planned so far in advance. So now August got moved and like, so yeah, I play Tetris when things get released.
But that's good.
I'm one of those crazy people.
You're not crazy, not at all. I mean, but at least you're going, okay, now I can move this one over here because then I can afford that. And other than other collectors who just, you know, spend our life savings in a heartbeat and not even think about it, of not even planning. The unfortunate thing, my stuff, you asked who tells the community. I'm with my website charliesangels.com. I'm usually the one who tells the community what's coming out because I'm usually the one people go, oh, this is coming out, you should put it on your website. So
that's a lot of pressure.
It is. And then I find things that don't come out that I get upset about. Oh, well, I don't get upset about it, but I'm just like, folks, let me help you. I'm here to help you. I'm here.
So do you check like Facebook Marketplace and like all the listings every morning to see if anybody puts up something?
Yeah, I check eBay like 4 times thousands of days.
Yeah, I have notifications set for that too.
So yeah, it's you know, and then of course, you know, it's hard with what I collect. They're so far and few between, and when they come out, you know, everybody's on top of that because that one thing, everybody, you know, like the walkie-talkies are like holy grail in a box, $2,500. I'm like, I ain't paying $2,500 for it.
If I ever come across Charlie's Angels merchandise on my little antiquing trips, I will be all over it for you.
Just send me a photo. Yeah, it's so much fun, and that's what I love. I love going to antiques and trying to find things, and I've sent, you know, shots to people that I've actually interviewed. I'm like, oh, I found this. Do you want that? You know, because it's so nice when a community will help each other out to find what you need. And
yep.
You know, it's what collecting's about. Not only collecting a room full of beautiful stuff, but getting to know people that collect. So where do you find other Harry Potter people? Do you have parties? Do you have people over? Do you Zoom with everybody? How does the community work?
So I actually don't have any, we'll call them in real life Harry Potter friends. It's just not a big thing here. Like I live in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. It's not like we don't have conventions here. We don't have any theme parks or tours. So it just wasn't a big thing here. So all of my community and all of my friends are online. Like I met them all online, and yeah, we Zoom and we talk all day in like a little chat group, and yeah, that's kind of, and we send each other Christmas presents and birthday cards and all that kind of stuff. And that's my community. That's how I am able to have those types of people in my life. Because yeah, it's just not here. It's very rare I come across somebody who loves Harry Potter as much as I do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I understand that. Do you have a wacky story of finding a collectible or getting one?
You know what? I feel like I am in the process of that right now. Really? So I was on Facebook Marketplace and this ad came up, and you know what? I might even just send you a screenshot of it so that you have it.
Okay.
This person was asking for $50,000 or a house for their Harry Potter collection. And I know that this is a question on in your thing, but my collection is somewhere between $30,000 and $40,000 ish.
Okay.
I'm getting it cataloged and evaluated right now for insurance. So I would say last total, I'd say somewhere between 30 and 40. It might end up a little bit higher when all is said and done. So I was thinking $50,000 or a house. Your collection must be freaking mind-blowing. I need to see this. Like, she lives 4.5 hours from here. I'm like, this is going to be the best thing ever. This was like my holy crap moment. I was like, this is going to be amazing. Like, I'm going to get so much new merchandise. Like, I've got to figure out how to budget for this. Maybe I'll take a loan out. Yeah, literally. I'm like, I have a line of credit. I could figure this out. It's going to be worth it. So I asked her to send me like pictures of her collection so that I could come up with like a total to offer to try and figure this out. And she sends me 42 items, like 42 items. And she wants $50,000 or a house. And so I went through each of these items, and because I'm crazy, I literally like created her an Excel spreadsheet with like the year it was released, the makers, and it was literally just like Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets, Mattel figures. And I mean, they were in great condition. She literally bought them from Blockbuster when they were released and then put them in tote containers. But if you go on eBay, they're like $25 to buy individually and then plus shipping. So like maybe $30 an item, I want to say, like I could buy them for. Yeah. And so like I had totaled this all out for her with what I could buy them for. And it was less than $1,000. And she was like, she is determined that this merchandise is worth $50,000 or a house. Period. Like she is not willing to like, and I would never scam another collector. Like that's just not me. I usually try and pay price or even a little bit above if it's something I really want. I offered her $1,000 and that was like way above what they were worth. And she was like, no, like it's 50,000. Like, I don't know where this lady is getting her information, but she was like, no, it's so rare. And I feel like some people maybe like who aren't in like the collection I don't know, hobby would like just don't know and just think that they have something rare. Like there's a lot of people that think they have first edition books and that they're worth a lot of money, but the later prints aren't because they released a whole bunch. So having a first edition is not a big deal. It's only a big deal if you have like the earlier books. But yeah, so this lady and I have been going back and forth for like the last week, and it's like, just give me the 42 very nice figures for my collection because I don't have them. But yeah, $1,000 just won't cut it. It's 50,000 or a house. So that's where unless I can find a house for like $1,000 and just be like, here, you crazy lady. Yeah, maybe she'll take a shack. You think she would take a shack or like one of those little mini houses?
Where's she living in now? I want to get into
I have somewhere in buttfuck Saskatchewan. Sorry.
It's okay. No worries. But that's a funny story. Because I've been seeing people, put humongous prices on things on eBay. And I'm like, where did you obviously pulled that out of the air because that is nowhere near the price that item's worth. And if
it's like I have thousands of items and my collection's not even worth a house or $50,000. So you think your 42 dolls are?
Mint rare dolls are worth that much money or a house. I hopefully she asked for a pool too with that house. I mean, I hope so. I hope so. But I mean, it boggles my mind when I see people with the prices they put on things, because I'm like, all you have to do is, I mean, people email me all the time asking me how much this costs or what this would be. Is this worth anything? And I'm happy to tell them what my price would be and what kind of like the, eBay, you can even search on eBay to see how much people are selling stuff. So it boggles my mind when people think that, ooh, this right here, because I'm drinking this goblet, it's $1 million. I'm like,
Yeah.
now, if Ron or somebody drank for it, it could be $1 million, and if their DNA is still on it, who knows? Who knows?
Sure.
But so now you budget everything, but what joy do you get from collecting?
My end goal for this space is to have children's charities come. So I want to open this space up to Make-A-Wish and Ronald McDonald House. And not that this is like an amazing place to be, but there's lots of little kids that love Harry Potter, especially with Fantastic Beasts coming out. And like I said, there is nothing here. There is nothing in Edmonton. There's nothing in Alberta where kids can go and see all of this stuff. And so like even my stairwell coming down into the space, it's like fully Harry Potter. Like I got like massive movie posters and like the cardboard cutouts from the movie theaters. Yeah, so I want, that would be my goal. That would be my passion. My end game for this space is for that. I get joy out of sharing it. So I love sharing my collection with other people. I like making other people happy by seeing it. And people are always just like, I didn't know that existed, or I didn't know that existed. And it's just like, I like sharing it, and I like the community. Yeah.
Nice. Now, when the kids are going to come over, you're going to have some things open for them to play with.
Yes, I will have some toy wands that
you have
they
to
can
buy a
play with.
double or something of some things, and just have some Legos out. Have them build a Lego thing. Can you build any Lego Harry Potters?
I have a lot of Lego Harry Potter. Yeah. I have like the big Hogwarts castle. I have like the big Diagon Alley set. They released a couple over COVID that were like $500. And we just got a Lego store here. So it was a couple $1,000s in Lego.
Wow.
Over COVID, but it was something to do.
Oh, good. So are they still together, or did you take them apart after you're done with them?
No, I have them all. Like, so there's the burrow in the Lego. There is platform 9 3/4 and the train. We've got there's Hogwarts Lego.
Wow. How long did that take you to make?
I didn't build it. Are you kidding me? No. And then there's Diagon Alley. I have Hagrid's hut. What else do I have for Lego? That's my NECA. So that is all my like original items that I bought from that little hobby store. Those are like all the sealed old NECA figures that got me into.
How many figures did they make? New figures for every movie for the main characters?
Yes and no. So it was like I don't think that they have them. They kept switching makers, which is really weird. So like Mattel did Sorcerer's Stone, Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, and then NECA did Prisoner of Azkaban, I think, Order of the Phoenix. They kept switching who was making the figures. It was really weird. So it's really hard you can't stick with one line. You kind of have to bounce around if you want to collect all the figures that they've released. Yeah.
Interesting. Did they use the same like facial thing, and do they change the faces for everyone?
Every maker has their own, their own versions, we'll say, of the characters. I think like Star Ace and Gentle Giant are probably like the most detailed that you can get, but they're also the most expensive statues. I only have 4 Gentle Giant ones. I have almost the entire NECA collection though. Like I wanted to complete the NECA collection. I think I'm only missing 2 pieces now.
Mhm.
Yeah, everybody likes their own makers of these things to collect.
Yeah.
We're lucky with Harry Potter merchandise. It's not like it is for you. I think for us, we have a lot more options.
And do they continue bringing stuff out every day, every month,
Yeah,
there's
it's
no
well, and it's
end?
like there's a Harry Potter flagship store that opened in New York, so they have created a bunch of new merchandise for that. Then Universal Studios has merchandise, and the WB tour in London has merchandise. So yeah, there's new merchandise being released weekly, I would say.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a very expensive thing. So you have to pick and choose. Like, are you going to collect Funkos? Are you going to collect movie replicas? Are you going to, like, you have to kind of pick a lane because collecting everything, yeah, like you would be broke. There would be no way to ever keep up.
That must be exhausting too to have something. I mean, exhausting and I guess exciting at the same time that there's never a month that you can just go, "Ooh, I can just."
I have never not had something to buy. In all of my years of collecting, there is always something waiting to be bought.
Or something coming down the pike that you're like,
Always.
need to see it.
Yep.
I love it. I mean, I love it because I'm not spending all the money for it. But I mean, that's also fun that the fans are still there and people are still passionate about the books and the stories and the movies and everything. I mean, it's kind of like Star Wars, it just will never end.
Except for the fact that our creator, our Lord and Savior, J.K. Rowling, has has kind of dug herself a deep hole, and we've definitely lost a large part of the community due to some controversial statements on her part. And I just like to think that the Potter community is bigger than one person.
Yes.
She doesn't represent the fandom. I feel like we've grown far past her and have our own little world without her in it.
Yeah, that was nicely said. It was very good. So what is next for you, and what is on your list that you hope to get? Or
so next, arriving in the mail today, from the UK, I have the Dolores Umbridge quill, the one that is used to write I Must Not Tell Lies. Mm-hmm. So that was an item that was hard to get because it's only sold in the UK, not anywhere else, it happens a lot in Harry Potter collecting, unfortunately. So that arrives today. My Mandrake from Pottery Barn in the United States is coming in the next 2 months. Yeah, just I keep plugging away, and it's Harry Potter's birthday this week, so that's wow. Like on the 31st of July. It's his birthday, and so that's a really big deal in the Potter community. We really go all out to celebrate that. So, and I was really lucky because Noble Collection, who creates the prop replicas, actually sent me a gift for his birthday.
Oh, wow.
So that was nice. I got to, they sent me his wand, and they sent me a wand stand and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, that's where most of my energy will be focused this week, is celebrating his birthday.
Fantastic. Now, is there things going on all week online, or is there stuff that, I mean?
Yeah, online. Everybody is gonna lots of videos, and everybody's posting photos and chatting. So it'll be fun.
Making spell cakes.
Oh, hold on. Something like this.
Okay. Wow, happy birthday. Oh, to Harry.
You don't really know Harry Potter very well, but Hagrid makes Harry this cake when he tells him he's a wizard. When he goes, "You're a wizard, Harry." He makes him this cake, and it was the first birthday cake Harry ever had, because Aunt Petunia is a crazy biatch. So yeah, this was Harry's first cake, and it's actually like you can hang it on the wall if you want. So yeah, that's for Harry's birthday.
Oh wow, who made that replica?
No Bake Cake. She does a whole bunch of different fandoms. So she does, remember Hook? And when Robin Williams and them were throwing the fake food, she makes like the really bright colored food when they do like, what is the guy that says bangarang? I don't even know if you know Hook. Anyways, she makes replicas of like a whole bunch of different types of fandoms food that you can like hang on the wall or have as a prop. She's very talented.
So would you say that's the wackiest thing in your collection, that one?
The wackiest thing in my collection? No, probably not. I have the wackiest thing in my collection.
Wackiest or craziest thing?
Ooh, I have, oh, well, I guess this guy's pretty weird. So I have, I think
look
lots
at the head.
Yeah, I have the head from the night bus.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
And he talks.
3 and a half, 2, 1 and 3/4. Yes.
Like so I don't know. Like I have, I think he's like probably the creepiest. I love the night bus because Prisoner of Azkaban is my favorite movie or favorite book. And so, yeah, he's usually people are like, what the hell is that?
No.
How is that Harry Potter? Because if you don't, really know, having a shrunken head in your collection is kind of weird.
I don't find it weird. Not at all. Not at all. Long as you didn't shrink it yourself.
Yes, no, not at all.
Now, if that's what happened in your white Harry Potter room, then there's some problem.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you have so many amazing toys, and it boggles the mind. It boggles the mind. Ashley, thank you so much for taking time to show me your collection.
Yes.
And
it was so nice chatting with you.
I'm looking at all the stuff behind you. I'm like, what is that? What is that? What is that? But we'll have to do it another time. Maybe we'll even come up to Canada and bring you something from Universal Studios Hollywood and do something live. Ashley, thank you so much for taking the time and sharing your Harry Potter love. And it's amazing. It is amazing. Everybody out there, I hope you enjoyed the show. Please like it, share it, and everybody. It's Harry Potter's birthday this week, as this is airing. I'm gonna get it on quickly so we can all celebrate Harry Potter's birthday, and send love. Now, Ashley, where can people find you if they have something they want to sell you, or if they want to chat with you or wish you a happy birthday?
Magical Space. So I've got Ashley's Magical Space on Instagram, on Facebook, and TikTok, and YouTube. I'm everywhere, but it's Ashley's Magical Space.
Ashley's Magical Space. And you do have a wonderful magical space. I don't know how you keep it so white, though.
OCD and lots of cleaning.
Mine's dusty. Dusty. Thank you so much. Big kiss.
Thank you.
I'm so excited for your package to arrive today.
Yes, thank you so much.
Because nothing's arriving at my house. So sad.